Good morning. We're back on the Subaru. So today we're going to be doing some interior stuff. We're going to strip all the wiring out of Scarlet today, get the harness out of it because we're going to start the custom harness process here soon. And then we're also going to trailer this thing back out of here down to Derek. Dime Stack Derek is going to be basically making this turbo kit fit a little bit better, see if we can get a hood on this thing since he's the one that built the kit originally, and he's willing to do a tube front end for it and everything. So really excited about that. But anyways, we're going to get to the action today. It's going to be a lot of interior removal. We're going to take the dash out, the harness, the gauges. Basically, we're going to take everything out of the car that doesn't need to be there that's going to get redone for the H6. All right, we're going to start working on the interior now. So we're going to be taking out the dash, the ECU, all the wiring harness and everything. So got a lot of work to do. You can see though, it does look nice inside. I do miss it. There's going to be so much more room in here for activities. All that wiring's going away. I miss driving this thing. Can't wait to drive with the new setup. Probably going to do some more work on the carbon fiber here. As you can see, it doesn't fit perfect. This was done really quickly when I built this, but I am going to shape this better and get that to fit better when I have the dash out of this thing. So a little bit of work on that, it'll look better. Well, let's get this dash out of here.
I gotta slide it in now.
All right, dash is out. Whew. Well, as you guys can see, there's a ton of wires in here. So all this stuff in here is going bye-bye. The stock harness is gone. The new harness that I built for this is going to be a lot simpler and so much cleaner. Can't wait. We're going to have to do something about that key. She ain't going to need a key where we're going. So we're going to get rid of the key, the ignition lock, all that crap. Get that out of there. It's time to go real race car with this thing. No more messing around. Look at that. There we go. All the wiring's out. We're back to square one. Doesn't seem like it was long ago the car was like this, but it's for the greater good. It's good. It's going to be what's good for the car in the long run, and my headache and diagnosing things in the future. But check it out. We just took all of this out of the car. Whole ton of weight. There's the old harness. She's out. So I do have a plan for the firewall. We have a lot of holes in the firewall from the stock stuff. So I will be patching all these holes up, making sure I'm safe. Don't get any, fire through the firewall if something bad were to happen. But I am going to put connectors on the firewall that are quick disconnect for the engine itself. So the engine harness is like this. The engine harness will go like to that. This is just an example. Transmission will have its own harness, and that's it. So 2 harnesses, pull the engine out, pull the trans out, whatever needs to be done, clean it up. Also going to get rid of all the fuel system setup here. That's all getting redone as well. So everything's going to get simplified and cleaned up, and I'm so excited. It needs to be done. But it's going to be a real race car now. No more street car. Where we're going, we don't need wires. Well, we do. Just about 50% less than that is what we really need, right?
Yep.
So, yeah. On to the next step. All right, next step. Gonna pull the stock fuel tank out. Get ready for a fuel cell. All right, so we're trying to get the fuel tank out right now. I got the driveline down, and what I ended up finding out was this is a custom 3-inch driveline I had made. The new angle on the H6 is throwing this off enough to where this was literally pushed into the diff so hard I couldn't separate it, so it's bound up. So unfortunately, this is going to have to go back to the drive shaft shop and get shortened, which has been a nightmare with this car. The drive shaft situation since day one in this chassis has just been really hard to deal with, but We're going to get a 1/2 inch taken out of this at the drive shaft shop. It's not a big deal, just more time and money. But something I just found out, so I'm glad I figured that out now than trying to drive it. Would have potentially damaged the back of the transmission, who knows, with all that bound up. But pulling the fuel lines out right now. So all the fuel lines front to back are coming out of the car. Those are going to get redone as well. These are those PTFE lines that I built. All this stuff's going to go in the Forester and get repurposed. So definitely going to put that to good use. So yeah, always something. So just got to drop the subframe down a little bit and then get the fuel tank out. Stock fuel tank removed. Wow, look at that. A lot more room for activities now. Now I just need to get one of those fancy TSS cross members for the front and the back and the tranny. Maybe drop a couple more pounds, but I like the simplicity. It's starting to look good. So this is the custom fuel hanger that I had in this car. You can see it was nothing special. Ran 930s on this. It was basically, I have dual Bosch 400 pumps in here, custom hanger I made, -6 return, 2 -6 feeds that wide into a -8 all the way to the motor. And then I had the custom relay harness, as you can see right here with fuses. Each pump had its own relay, and own fuse, and it worked great. Never had any fuel issues. So this setup here is going to get repurposed. It's going to go in the Forester. So we'll be able to keep her going. Yeah, trying to go fast. That's the whole thing. So now I just got to put all this back together and then get her ready to transport. All right, guys. Little abrupt end to that video, but I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys about exactly what's going on and what are the plans for going forward with Scarlet. As you can see in the video, basically I took the entire wire harness out of the car. Took the fuel tank out, fuel system, everything's gutted in the car now. There's, no fuel system, no wiring whatsoever in the whole car. So I've got a plan. I've always wanted to do a PDM system in the car because, if you guys know what PDM is, power delivery module system. A PDM is just really cool. I mean, it simplifies the wiring process so much. It cleans everything up. Everything's more organized and just overall better and easier to use everything in the car when you do a system like that. The only problem is typically they're very expensive and they're very labor intensive. There's a lot that goes into it to make it integrate into other systems in the car, especially the EMS and all those things. But they do work good. There's several companies out there that make them. I've been doing research on this now for, a long time. As early as like 2 years ago when I was considering, rewiring the car a long time ago. But technology back then was a little bit different. Things have really changed in the last couple of years. There's been a lot of really cool products that have come out. But in particular, I've got my eyes set on one particular product that I think is going to do really well for the car. So anyways, I'm not going to reveal what that is right now in the video because you guys are going to have to watch future video to find out when it finally, gets here. But I promise you, it is badass. So Scarlet's loaded up in the trailer. She's going to Fab here in the next few days. She's going to go to Dimestack Derek. That's who built the turbo kit originally. He's going to build a tube chassis front end for the car and mount the intercooler, radiator, and all that. The reason why I'm going to him is because he built the kit, and the kit does need to be modified a little bit to fit my car because the kit was not intentionally made for my chassis. It was actually made for a GD chassis. And it was made for one of our race cars that I had at HMS when we had our shop. So that's why it doesn't fit exactly. It's really close. And when I cut the nose off the car, I made it, it's really close. So a few little tweaks on the kit, then it's going to fit perfect. And I'm really excited about that. So that's what's going on there. I do have a little bit of a teaser in the back of all this, working on Scarlet. A lot of people are wondering where the Forester is or what's going on with the Forester. So the Forester is still here. It's making some big changes. Let's just say that. you know, I don't want to give it all away, but I'm going to do a video here coming up on, you know, what's going on and what I've been doing. But let's just say I've been working on something in the background big for the Forester. So that's going to be pretty sweet. So, well, that does it for today. Until next time, guys, we'll see you later.